Hey, what's going on YouTube? As you can tell, I'm not in my fish room this week. Both Will and I are out here in Honolulu, Hawaii. And normally, when we travel, we like to visit as many local fish stores as we can and share that with you all. But with a jam-packed schedule, we were unable to do that this time. But we still wanted to get a video out to you all. So we decided to go through our B-roll footage and share the 1-year growth and evolution of my black nasty cichlid named Nino. This fish is an absolute monster and is truly one of our favorites. And with that, we hope you guys enjoy today's video. As we've stated many times on the channel, Will and I haven't been in the hobby for very long. But early in our fish keeping journey, we knew that we wanted some of the biggest and most aggressive fish. Like a lot of hobbyists, my very first large cichlid was my Oscar, that my wife and I agreed to name De La Hoya. Without really having done much research in the beginning, we did know that the 125 gallon that we got 1 month into fish keeping would have plenty of space to house him with tank mates long term. And just watching him grow over 4 or 5 months piqued my interest into other fish with similar growth rates. After watching several different content creators, the Oscar seemed to be very commonly liked and owned. Will and I knew pretty early on in our fish keeping journey that starting a YouTube channel might be something that we pursued. And it was this aspiration that piqued my interest in owning a fish that I didn't see frequently talked about on YouTube, the Nandopsis haitiensis, more commonly known as the Black Nasty. I was fortunate enough to find one at what is now one of our favorite local fish stores, London Town Tropicals, and having done the research, I knew that I'd have to have a long-term plan when owning this fish. So I bought him and brought him home, adding him to one of my first 2 75-gallon aquariums. At the time, the aquarium that I put him in had just a few juvenile fish. It was stocked with a juvenile electric blue Texas cichlid, a Vieja Senspillum, a Vieja hybrid, and a few clown loaches. As you can see here, Nino was no more than an inch and smaller than the clown loaches in the aquarium. But it didn't take long for him to start living up to his name. As he put on size, he also darkened with color, and I knew exactly what that color meant. He was becoming more aggressive. That's when I decided to move him for the very first time to his own 55-gallon grow-out tank. I did this for a few reasons. In all of the reading that I'd done and videos that I'd watched on YouTube, I understood that water quality is vital in any fish's growth, and by placing him in his own 55-gallon with both a sponge filter and a Fluval 307 canister, I could guarantee his water quality. Secondly, by placing him into his own aquarium, I no longer had to worry about aggression or fighting with other fish, but I also ensured that he wasn't competing for food. The Black Nasty cichlid is an omnivore and requires a varied diet. I started feeding with extreme community crave flake and cichlid peewee pellets. As he put on size, I continued to feed him with community flake, but instead of the peewee pellets, moved him up to the extreme big fella pellets. Now, with him being over a year old, I still feed him the community crave flake, but his main diet consists of extreme monster pellets that I pre-soak in Seacom garlic guard, and man does he love it. All of these factors played a significant role in how fast he was able to grow, and looking back, it's been no different than my Oscar. They both are between 10 inches and a foot long, and easily have grown close to or at an inch a month. About a month ago, we had a video providing an update on my fish room, where we moved both fish and aquariums. You can see that in the upper right hand corner. In that video, I bought a brand new 75-gallon aquarium, adding black substrate and minimizing the tank decor. I learned after having him in his first 75-gallon home that had tons of fake plants and driftwood, that Nino was going to move and position anything in the aquarium, however and wherever he wanted. Black Nasties are notorious for this, so if you're considering owning one, I definitely keep that in mind. Also, by adding the black substrate, similar to the Jack Dempsey and Red Terror, his color really started to pop. Of all my aquariums that have some really awesome and interesting fish, Nino has become my favorite. And with his growth and disposition, he'll soon be getting what could be his forever home, depending on his growth, when I move him to his own 125-gallon aquarium. He also inspired Will to take on his own wet pet project, which we are excited to share with you all as well. He recently purchased a blue Umbi, and hopefully around this time next year, we'll be able to update you all on him. Well guys, that does it for today's video. We'd love to hear about your experiences in owning the Black Nasty, or if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and until next time, be safe.